Jacob just asked. No, Jacob didn't just ask. Trump tone, is there a way to full screen with chat? Yeah, you can now. I don't know if you're going to be able to actually chat in the chat full screen, though. I don't know. Whoa, my speakers are on. So hopefully everyone is well tonight. It's Thursday night. Yep. Oh no. I don't know if that has any significance to you. I'm turning this music off. I don't listen to this. Yeah, Thursday. Thursday holds significance to me because we're doing this live stream. So it's a day when I am here. Kyle, I saw your something Facebook thing real quick, and I was like, just moments ago. Don't need your command because we've got one. I actually didn't really think it was going to be here this quick. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Again, I like to kind of give these a little bit of time for people to get in, people to see that notification, until we actually like head forward and actually, I don't know, talk about stuff. So we'll wait just a little bit here, and then we're gonna do an unboxing of this thing, care of. Whoa, we're gonna try this. Wolkersdorf, Austria. That's where Virtue's second home base is. Their first home base is New York. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce where they're coming from. So, yeah. Or where Virtue in New York are from. So we might as well, I mean, get this thing on the road. We're just gonna do it. I don't have anything else planned. Like last live stream, last week we did, God, we talked about a lot of stuff. I had a lot of things here we had to talk about. We had that SLX tank, SLX tank that's still down there. We had a TFX2, the PALS stuff, and we did something else, the M3 Plus unboxing. All that stuff I have here still. If you guys are curious and want to see any of those things, they're still around here. So we're gonna do this. I don't know which angle, I don't know which view. We do have, I still have both of these cameras set up, but because this mask is kind of a big thing, right? Masks are sort of big. So I don't know if we're gonna necessarily leave it on this. So let's just open this thing. Let's go from this side. That side's probably easier. Hopefully I didn't just show my address to the entire internet. Not that that would be bad. I would like to think that I could trust some of you guys to not come steal all my things at my home. Okay, so I legitimately have never touched one of these either. Yeah, it's all new to me. There's some packaging, some paper packaging, which, you know, I don't know. We really need to figure out a way in this world where we're not so wasteful, right? Like a box just could have been smaller, and there could have been no packaging. Anyway, okay, so yeah, that's just a Virtue box. Command, so there it is, guys. 100% UV protection right there. There she really is. So this is the, I forget, I don't know the name of this color. This is the Command Sucker Tentacles look, I guess. We're going to call that the lime, we'll get another sticker, the lime and purple colorway. So yeah. And when you do see that CMD writing everywhere, right? So they do have that CMD everywhere, right? So it is the Bunker King Command paintball mask. Don't say CMD. When we're referring to this, spell it Command CMD. Don't spell it Command, I'm sorry. Spell it CMD. And say Command. So, yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is Soccer Guy 2433 says, is this that Kickstarter mask? That is that Kickstarter mask. right there. So first, let's see. Goggle bag. We're gonna open this too because I'm kind of curious what it feels like on the inside. These are, not too bad. Is that stretchy? That's a little bit stretchy. Not that it really all matters all that much. Goggle bag, which is mesh on one side, which is kind of cool. I like the mesh, so it's breathable. Whatever, it's a goggle bag. It's not too exciting, but I do like the mesh. Okay, so there it is. The Command. So right away, I mean, it's considerably softer than the Virtue masks. Like considerably softer. So, I don't know. The closest thing I could compare the squishiness to is going to be, I would say, maybe like an E-Flex, but like a little stiffer than E-Flex and maybe has a different feel slightly than E-Flex. The E-Flex material is a little thicker, so it's going to feel maybe a little bit different. Now the grill is not like that. You can't really do that to a grill. It's not as squishy. So one of the things that they will commonly say, at least mask manufacturers, is that with these, they say that I don't know, rubber is good for getting bounces and stuff like that. And I guess it is, but I more like it because I think that the rubber allows the mask to kind of maybe move and like mold around your face a bit better than it would, if it was hard and plastic. So, yeah. So one of the things that I was a little bit interested about with these is how well they breathe. Because I always liked the Virtue masks. I thought the Virtue masks, for the most part, were comfortable, good masks, but I didn't really like the way they breathe. They just didn't have a ton of ventilation, like masks I was used to, like the Empire E-Flex, or say the Profiler or grills. I've always liked those masks that just breathe really well. So that's the one thing I didn't like about the Virtue masks. And I say Virtue, and we're comparing them because Virtue and BunkerKings kind of have a partnership, right? So Virtue helps manufacture, I think, and helps like design features of some of the BunkerKing products. So this does use that Virtue lens system. Does use Virtue straps, except for these, I believe, are a little bit wider than the Virtue strap. But you could put the Virtue straps on these masks because they do use that same clip, I should say, like right there, and lens like retention system. So it's going to take Virtue goggle foam, Virtue lenses, Virtue goggle straps, and lens style things. Biggest difference, kind of like I was talking about, how this bottom is squishy and more breathable. So yeah. How easy is it to remove the lenses? I honestly haven't removed these Virtue lenses in so long that I don't know. It's just been so long. I think you have to push them forward and push down. And then So that's goggle strap. So goggle straps come off real easy. So that's removing the strap. And then the lens, I want to say it's been so long, that pivots over and then lens can come out. I'm not actually going to take it out, but I already did one side. And I didn't remember how to do it, so I just kind of winged it and got it right. So it's pretty easy. I gotta push this lens back in though, because I had to pull it out. So it's not hard to remove goggles, or I should say lenses, or goggles if that matter. But it's a crazy angle trying to show you guys, because I gotta hold the thing out in front of my body all weird. So it's easy. The original Virtue masks were kind of a pain in the ass though. We're gonna go back to normal view. The original Virtue masks, like the original Vio, those straps were awful. So it's good to see, not good to see, it's good that they changed them. I mean, they changed them years ago, so it's not like a new thing. Someone earlier asked if the visors would fit. They asked before this whole thing started, and it looks like it. So I said no originally. We'll turn this back on. I said no originally they would not fit because they do come with their own visor. So you can kind of see, this light's really bright. So we're gonna turn that down. So you can see right there, that is a visor. A little micro teeny visor though. That's just gonna help not so much with rain, more so with just protecting, not protecting, but reducing glare. So sometimes with these, I mean, not these masks, just paintball masks in general, that light will come in like on the back and then like bounce off the lens. So having a little bit of something on top, I guess in theory, is supposed to help reduce glare on the lens. But it does look like you can put the visor on there. So since this visor, the like built-in like little, I don't know, glare visor-y thing, doesn't come all the way back, it does leave those vents wide open. So it looks like you can still place that normal Virtue visor on the thing. Yeah. Whoa, we're going crazy. I feel like when I riff on some of these products like this thing, I do a good job. How is that riffing unboxing? I almost feel like that is probably a better synopsis of this mask than I would do in a video. I do intend to do, there is going to be a whole video on this thing though. We're going to put it on. I'm going to put it on. Hey, Nick, we are putting it on. We're going to put our hat backwards. I'm actually, no, whatever. I was going to like put head stuff on, but whatever, I don't have to. So chin strap. Yep. So right away, I could tell you right now that it's super clear. I don't hear, there's a little teeny bit of echo, but I feel like that's like inevitable. But it's definitely comfortable. I mean, it feels just like every Virtue mask I've ever put on. But maybe not as like wide. I don't know. I know that that's one thing that Max Lindquist, the guy in charge of this company, doesn't like about this mask. One of the things that he said he didn't like, and one of the things that he can't really control is how wide the mask is. So it is pretty wide. I mean, it's a little bit wider than, I don't know, like an E-Flex or a Pro-Flex or something, but it's not super wide. And that's really just a result of the clip, like lens retention system they're using. Not so much like a design flaw or a problem with the Bunker King mask or the Virtue mask really. It's just a little bit wider. I mean, you can, if we like hold it straight on, you can kind of see how like it sort of comes out. Like it's a little bit wider at the back. I don't know. It's not a big deal to me. I know some people are crazy and they want like little teeny millimeters or little millimeter differences. It's got to be a little bit inside so you can get shot in the ear. I don't know. It's not that big a deal. I know Max is probably like that. As he played pro forever, he knows that those little millimeters can count. At least at the pro level, I can guarantee I've never been mad because I was just nicked on the side of the ear. I was never like, my mask is too big. It was always like, I just got to get smaller in the bunker. Yeah. So good. I mean, I knew I was going to like these. It wasn't like I wasn't expecting not to like them. Mainly because, like I said, I liked the Virtue masks. So I knew kind of what it was going to feel like. My biggest complaint always with the Virtue masks was just, I don't know, they didn't breathe well enough for me. And now we have this, and it breathes much better. So I'm going to put it back on, actually. I want to see something. So one thing you guys should know is when I put this on, right, like I wear this. This is how I would wear this mask. So I do wear like the goggles super high on my head. So while you can see like my jawline, I'm just going to buckle this to get this out of the way. So while you can see like my jaw, most of you guys don't wear masks that high because I'm kind of a weirdo. So most of you probably are going to be about like that. That's probably more of a realistic wearing position than what I wear. So yeah, you're still got a little bit there showing, but I don't know, whatever. I feel like if you're buying this paintball mask, a $180 paintball mask, you're maybe not as concerned about jawline protection. You kind of find that most of the guys or most of the players that want that added protection are newer players. Yeah. So I like it. I dig it. It's made well. Like, that's one thing I noticed is that like the Virtue plastics on their masks are really nice. I would say that Virtue probably, maybe them and Push have the best build quality. So I don't know. If you have questions about this thing, ask them. And I will answer. That killed about 15 minutes. Now what? We're going to move this thing. I hate this chair. It's so low. I have 3 chairs around here. This one's too low, and the other 2 are too high. So I'm sitting on my yoga block. It's not that comfortable. Oh. Anyway. Kyle, Brad, am I allowed to sell stuff here? Yeah. Again, you should read, if anyone's curious about the rules I impose on you, they're on PaintallRuinedMyLife.com. At the bottom of that webpage, there is an official community guidelines. And Kyle, inside those guidelines, it says moderators can do whatever they want. So go for it. You can start banning people and whatever you want. Compare that breathability to an E-Flex. E-Flex, I think the E-Flex still breathes better. Hold on. I got my masks are in here somewhere. Hold on. We have to see what... Yeah, there it is. This thing's getting beat up though, so... Oh gosh. I'm not sure how much longer this thing's gonna last. Nick! I don't know, dude. Super chat thing's all jacked up. Anyway, share the feed and help Paintball ruin my life out. Yeah, share this thing. You guys will get like a virtual cool points for doing that. Yeah, so which one breathes better? My really dirty E-Flex or the Command? Yep, this one. I mean, I knew it did. There's still not been a better mask. I mean, maybe not better mask, but there's definitely not been a mask that's breathed or has as good a ventilation as this thing. I hate to say there's not a better mask that breathes as well or that breathed as well. Those are just weird. The tenses of breathe. I don't know. So yeah, E-Flex breathes better. But I didn't expect that. I expected that. Is it better than the grill? How? Breathability-wise? Yes. Yeah. It's better than most things. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure if it's better than the Profiler. I mean, I would say it's on par with the Profiler. Maybe. I mean, maybe this is a little better than the Profiler, but... I mean, ultimately, it just comes down to how many holes they're willing to put in the front of the thing. You know, like, I mean, it's got a lot of holes. That's ultimately what it comes down to. I know a lot of people complain about the holes because they're afraid to get shot in the eat paintballs. It's like, really? Come on, man. It's not that bad. Buy it or not? I don't know. I think that's a decision that you have to make. I think that there are still better values out there as far as masks go. I mean, you got to think that this is almost $200 mask. I'm fine with that price. I don't have any problem with that price. I have no problem with masks being $200. I think that a lot of work goes into these things, and they're very good products. So $200 is fine to charge for this. But there are masks out there that are half the price that are also very good. So it just matters, right? Like, I'm willing to spend that extra $100 or whatever and get something that I know I like, that fits well, that I'm happy with. But that's me. If you want to save that $100 or $80 or whatever, there's definitely like the grill and the Profiler and the E-Flex. There's virtue masks that are in that $100 price. Like, you get an Ascend, the Vio XS. Like, there's a lot of masks out there that are very good, that are under that $100 price even. So yeah. Bang. Riddick! The Proflex and the E-Flex are the most breathable. True. Very true. Absolutely. The new colors of the Proflexes are releasing very soon as well. There's a new blue color that looks really good. And then there's a new gray and red, which is a color they've done before. Yeah. But you pay... Yeah. E-Flex... E-Flex and ProFlex still, yeah, still most breathable. I don't know, they just feel old. Like, the one things I like about these masks, like all the other Virtue masks, all the dye masks and the push mask and who else? Who am I missing? V-Force kinda, and I don't know. They just feel more modern. That's one of the things I really dislike about the ProFlex is that lens system is awful. It always has been, and even the E-Flex feels old. Yep. Sweetening long sleeve. Yeah, I actually like this. This has got like cool stuff on the back. This is a sample of this shirt though, that you can buy if you want. This is actually, logo's actually moved down a little bit, so. Changing the lenses on a ProFlex kills me. Yeah. Word. ProFlex lenses changing are very bad. They feel old because they don't fit as close to the player's face. They just look old. That's the thing with me. They just look old. Like, there's no question. Like, which mask looks like a modern paintball mask? Like, you know? Like, it's obvious which one's a newer one, you know? They just look old. Which isn't, like, a bad thing. It's just, I don't know. It's just old. It's just kind of annoying. So, yeah. I really love the i5 Foster photography. It says, yeah, the i5 has grown on me. I mean, I don't think I'd buy one now, but like a year ago, if you asked me, I might have bought an i5. I think now I'd probably use this. If I want like a new, cool, modern paintball mask, I don't know, I'd probably get this thing at this point. Plus, I like BunkerKing. I like Virtue. I'd prefer to support those companies, we'll say, over some of the other ones. What's up with Ninja and the Powerhouse regs? I can speak on that educatedly. So at this point, with Ninja and the Powerhouse regulators, Ninja is in the process of suing Powerhouse because they're violating patents and a bunch of other things. It's not just a patent violation. It has to do with, I don't know, people working at Virtue, designing products, and then like taking them and using them other places. You can't do that. So I actually have some, I'm gonna grab some links really fast. So this is, I paid for this, guys. So yeah, this is in the chat. If you really want to see, there is a link that there's going to be two links. You can either just copy and paste those, or no, maybe you can't see them. Yeah. Or what I'll do is put these two links into the description of this video. So what those are, those two links are actually to the cases, the actual like information on that Virtue Powerhouse case. So if you want, you can actually go read what's actually happening. But yeah, in reality, I mean, yeah, Ninja suing Powerhouse because they're infringing on their patents and they stole technology that Ninja had. Ninja invented, so the spring, apparently, according to the lawsuit, in the spring, or not in the spring, I think there's a weird colored light on around here. Powerhouse uses that wave spring, that's what I was going to say. That new spring technology that Ninja actually invented. Yeah. There you go. That's all they have to do. So I've always backed these companies up. Like, if you have a patent and someone is infringing on your patent, sue them. Like, that is how our legal system is designed. That's how the patent system is designed. Yeah. If somebody came on YouTube and created a Paintball Ruin My Life YouTube channel, I'd be pissed, right? Why shouldn't I be? They're stealing my idea. They're stealing everything. So, yeah. I got no problems with, like, when people are actually, like, I don't know, doing bad things. Not bad, but just ripping people off, suing them. So, yeah. I'm not saying that's what Powerhouse exactly is doing, but I think back to like Smart Parts when everyone was hating on Smart Parts so much. I was like, well, you know, they do have the patents. So it's really nothing you can do. Just as a paintball player, I would prefer it to not happen, we'll say, just because, you know, I like paintball. There's a blinker for Jareth. I'm pretty sure. Hey, Brad, watching live in Australia. You know, I was supposed to go to Australia in like 3 weeks, but it hasn't happened. Speaking of which, I have to call China Air and try to get my plane tickets refunded. I don't think it's going to happen. I at least would like credit. You're watching live in Australia. I kind of wish I was going to Australia, getting me through my workday. Well, you can go watch even more videos, you know, help you even more. Maybe? I was looking at your picture. It looks like you have a grill with one of those people that painted a big ass white stripe down their grill. I appreciate Super Chats. Thank you. Come to the Super Sevens. I would love to go to the Super Sevens, but that's. I mean, you guys got to realize, like, that's like me just saying, like, yeah, just come to LA for 3 days real quick. It's like, man, I don't know. That's not that easy. So, yeah, again, I would love to do that stuff, but it's so far that it's difficult to do. Damn, did I miss the whole command mask? Yeah, you did, but I'm pretty sure you can go back, DVR this thing, and, like, rewind it. If you go back to, like, minute 2 or 3, something like that is when we started this thing. NXL Philadelphia. I have not heard. Tomcat. I'm going to mention you Monday. I watched that World Cup deal today. Well, part of it. I quit halfway through. I don't know. I went to walk the dog. And, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, someone asked something about Philly. Got no idea. Not a clue. I don't know. I think I'm more, you know what I'm happy about is if you guys missed today, in an info, or not today, earlier this week, Tuesday, there's an info card about if you click that I thing, right about there. It was long, but those are good. I like that stuff. Just like the new HK videos that David's doing. Those are awesome. Anyway, Tuesday, that NPL video came out. That interview I did with Matt. NPL, not NPPL. I'm still going to call it nipple, though. Wouldn't that be confusing? Let's call it NPL nipple again. Anyway, yeah, I was very pleased, I guess, with the response. I knew that, I don't know, I didn't expect it to go that well, honestly. I thought that we were kind of like all over the place. I felt that it wasn't very concise, and it was very like I don't know what the word is, but I didn't like it. You know, I don't know. So hopefully, I feel like next interview video will go better. I learned a lot of stuff. We learned some lighting. I learned some lighting things, some sound things, some interview tactics, some way for myself to focus and have other people interviewee focus a little bit better. So not that we did bad. I just think that it could be better. John Beeman asked through a $5 super chat right there. Thank you so much, John. How did you get into the sport? You know what? Honestly, I was 2001. It was a cold winter night. No, I just randomly bought a paintball gun off eBay and was like, hey, this thing looks interesting. I was 16, I was like 17 maybe, something like that, and I'm like, let's shoot this baby at the fence, and just shot at the fence and was like, holy crap, people actually play this. And then I started playing paintball. Yeah, it's kind of how it went. And then it was like, we went one time, and then it was like every weekend for probably, well, not every weekend, because I was still like 16, 17, so it was hard with money, but it was like constantly paintball stuff all the time, every day. Yeah, that's how I got into paintball. So this MPL thing, I Yeah, I think that interview went bad. Well, it didn't go bad. I am crazy about trying to make this stuff as good as possible. So every video I make, I don't like. That's true. Um, I think the idea is good. One thing that, if you guys like have known me for a long time, most of you have not, or if we talk outside of the internet, like in real life, or whatever, I think that the way that this paintball industry has been run forever, really, is bad. I don't think, this isn't me saying that I could do better, but I certainly could not. But I do believe that a lot of these companies are hiring the wrong people to do everything, right? I feel that if I have a business that is huge, right? Let's just GI for an example. If GI is a multi-million-dollar business, right? They got tons of money. They sell all kinds of things. I'm hiring not paintball players, right? If we're trying to promote a tournament, or you're a brand ambassador and you're going to work the booth at the events and do whatever, and you're an ex-pro, perfect. That's the perfect job. But we have paintball players running the accounting department, and the CFO of these huge companies is a paintball player that I kind of feel like should not be in these positions. I'm sorry, but if I have a company that has, I don't know, 200 and 400 employees or something like that, and we're doing millions of dollars, I'm not hiring paintball players. I'm sorry. For any position, whether it's social media marketing, whether social media people, whether it's the accounting guy, sales reps, everyone, I'm not hiring paintball players. It sounds like I'm picking on GI because I'm using hundreds of employees, and we all know GI has hundreds of employees. But it's only GI because they have the ability to hire outside of the industry, right? They have the money and the funds available to actually hire good employees. I'm not saying that, again, all these employees of these paintball companies, or fields or leagues or whatever it is, are bad. I just think that actual people with expertise in the field you're hiring for is probably a better decision. I don't know. That came up sort of in that interview. And then today, Callie sent me a message and was like, where's this video about you saying people are bad at the internet? And then there is a video on this channel, if you want to search for that. I think it's called, it's how to be paintball famous, or making paintball players famous, or something like that. It's just about me saying that I think that players, if we want to, this is kind of what Matt wants to do too, with the MPL, if we want players to excel beyond being pro, or excel in this sport, if you're a pro player and you want to get bigger and be paintball famous, you have to put in the work. You just have to. I mean, look at Ryan Greenspan does a great job. Callie, Kevin Rudolph from Infamous and Infamous do a great job. And there's a reason why they're getting more sponsorship. There's a reason why they have more fans. There's a reason, everything. Because they're actually out there trying to be famous. Anyway, I say trying. Okay, Kura Official, I super appreciate that super chat, and you agree. So I'm going to keep going. So when I mean they have to try, they have to build themselves, right? They have to look into building your own brand, looking at building whatever, whether it's through being more active on social media, whether it's, providing more or free clinics, it's providing insight into the tournaments, just communicating and engaging with your fans. And so many of these players just don't do this stuff. They're just bad at it. I mean, I'm not great. I'm not again, I'm bad at it too, right? There was a time when I was good, and then I've kind of dropped off lately because this whole social media thing has been bothering me. So I don't really partake in it as much. But I should, right? I mean, that's the answer. I should. If I want to get bigger, then I should. I should take my own advice. It's not me just talking shit about everyone. I just want this thing to be better. Yeah. So again, I'm not picking Ronnie. Ronnie does an awesome job too. Yeah, there's definitely perfect examples. Ronnie Dizon, he's not here. That's super chat about it. Ronnie does a great job. There's plenty of good examples of players that do a great job. But there's plenty of examples of players that do a bad job. Or not just players, there's teams, right? Like, I don't know. Watch this NXL season and watch the first team that wins. Like, the team that wins, go find their players and their team Facebook account, Instagram account, Snapchat account, YouTube accounts, whatever it is. You'll be surprised at how little they actually talk about winning the tournament. Like, you'd think that, like, it'd be a big deal and it'd be a good thing to talk about, but they don't. So anyway, they're take advice from musicians now. Dude, it's not just musicians, it's like everyone. I mean, I think a good industry for us to look at, maybe for guidance. I don't know how many of you people are watching me like complain about this. Let's find out. I think a good industry we could look for guidance is the skateboard industry, because that's an industry that was massive, right? Skateboarding had millions, tens of millions. I almost said hundreds of millions, probably not hundreds of millions. There were definitely tens of millions of people skateboarding, whether it was actively skateboarding or it was just buying the brands, right? Like Volcom and, I don't know, I can't think of skateboard companies because I never skateboarded, but I don't know, was there skateboard companies? I don't know, why is Thrasher all big? Did someone buy Thrasher recently? Anyway, the skateboard industry, right, there were millions of skateboarders, and then they kind of just went away. Like, skateboarding is not a big thing anymore. It's a huge industry and definitely considerably bigger than paintball, but they definitely decreased in size. And what have they done to weather that storm? What has skateboarding done to stay relevant or stay, I don't know, selling stuff? Because that's ultimately what they need to do, is sell stuff. That's what paintball needs to do, is sell stuff. Yep. Like today I was watching the SLS, the skateboard competition. They did, like, you know, street competition and like best trick stuff. It's good. I don't know where they do that. But the SLS just kind of reminded me that, yeah, the X Games is done. Like, no one really cares about the X Games. All these other extreme sports leagues have kind of gone by the wayside. So paintball could probably look at these things and try to figure out what's going on. Weston, did I miss your super chat? Sorry, I was rolling there. I'll answer it now. Sorry, I appreciate it very much for both of them. You're going to be offered. Wait, okay, let's see. You're going to be offering. Okay, I'll start over again. I can't read. Going to be offering reball in a high school gym soon. Thoughts on the FT12 EMEC for reball? It seems like a simple endeavor, but am I missing something? Well, let's say what I like about the EMECs is that they're quieter. So if you need that, they're about half the loudness of like the Tippmanns. They definitely kick less. And typically we're going to say they're easier on paint, right? So they're not breaking paint inside the gun. But I don't know. I think that breaking paint inside the gun is the biggest advantage for like rental players, or if you're buying a fleet of guns for something. So breaking paint with the EMEX is a big advantage. But if you're using reball, you don't really have to worry about that. So I don't know. I think that it matters maybe the age of kids, because we do kind of find sometimes that these Tippmann guns are a lot heavier. They're like all metal and they're really loud. So they're a little intimidating to some people. If there's like lots of little kids, maybe the EMEX are better, or maybe have like some EMEX and some FT12s. Maybe EMEX go to kids, and then like the adults or older people can get those FT12s, because they're definitely like like way more aggressive than the EMEX. Rob Dyrdek does still own the SLS. I looked into it afterwards. I was like, man, this is a good league. Like, I kind of just liked the vibe of it. I don't know what I was watching. I was watching some like hour-long thing that was on YouTube. I guess it was LA. It was just cool, and it was kind of like, I don't know. I just saw little things in there that I hope someday we could try to bring to paintball. So I don't know really though. I'm gonna zoom. We're gonna make these. There we go. I don't think he sold it. I don't know. Maybe he did sell it. I don't know. He was definitely at this event I was watching. I think it was only like a month ago. I don't know. I have no idea. So that's my spiel on paintball industry. I feel like I could riff about that stuff all day long. Like I said, I feel like I was calling GI out there. I'm not. It's just because GI has people that work for them that do an amazing job, and then people that don't. But I feel like that's every company. That's not just GI. It's just easier to say GI because, like I said, they are in the position where they could hire like a former CFO of like an actual company, not, I don't know, whatever. I'm not just saying like the CFO of GI. It's just a made up title that they could hire someone, I don't know, in that position who knows what's up. And they very well could have, so. But lots of these companies just hire paintball players. Which, I don't know. Luke said, I feel like Field 1 is dropping the ball promoting themselves. They tried a little bit here. They sent me that barrel kit to talk about in my live stream. I don't know. I didn't really do that great a job. But it's a barrel. It's hard for me to, like, I don't know, talk about barrels a lot. Well, it's hard for Field 1, too, because they don't really have a product. Like, they literally have a barrel kit. That's all. I think once they have a gun, it's going to be a different story. Yeah, once they have an actual, like, big, exciting product to ship, I think that's good. So there's kind of like two questions here. I think I want to look at. See. Did they say on the webcast, look, there's our owner, Rob Deerdick? That's kind of what I thought they said, but I was like, I couldn't remember if they said the founder or the owner. I couldn't remember because if you're a founder, you can not own it anymore. You know, you could have been the founder and sold it. I was confused there. So Darian, I think that's Darian Perez. I used to know a kid named Darian Pison, which is weird. He lived in Australia. He was a Sydneyan. Brad, I'm in the market for a new gun. I looked into PB Nation's Bison Trade and want to know if you ever had bought anything on PB Nation and if you trust your price. So should you trust the people on PB Nation that are selling used stuff? I would say for the most part, yes. One of the good things, though, is that there is that feedback thing, and you can talk to other people who've maybe dealt with this person. And if you send money through PayPal, if you don't gift it, you can just be like, hey, this person ripped you off, and then PayPal will help you out and like get your money back. So, me personally, I'm not buying new stuff on PB Nation, just because I don't want to deal with it. I just don't want to deal with other people's problems. So, Raw PB TV, you asked, do you think MPL's focus on just a professional league can open up the sport to outside sponsors? I have no idea, but I do know that, or I do kind of think or feel at least, I don't really know, that as coming from like say an outside person, right? I think that just having a professional league looks better. I think it doesn't look as amateur-y, because when you have like a professional division field, and then like all these other like, Spencer! Thank you, sir. Virtual high five for your $5. Yeah, I do kind of feel that just having the professional field looks a little bit better. I don't know if that really matters, because you don't have a pro field and then all this other nonsense over there. You have the professional field, and that's just, what is focused on. I don't know if outside sponsors care that much, but yeah, who knows? PB Obsession. Thank you, sir. I'm back-ish. We're trying. There was going to be a video today about the PALS system from Planet Eclipse, but I seriously shot the video and then went to edit it, and it was way out of focus. It's like blurry. Like, you might not have known it was me. It was so blurry. So I gotta redo it. I hate that. Got it all ready. Pull up the video to start editing it. And I'm like, all things out of focus. Yeah. So again, I want to like reiterate, if you are from GI, if you're from a paintball company or whatever, if you're a player or whatever, don't take me like saying you're all bad or a lot of people are bad or whatever it is as like me just being like, you suck. It's more to like hope for better things, right? Like hopefully players start doing a better job. Hopefully the manufacturers start doing a better job. Like everyone just needs to do better. Me included. So me included. I'm not definitely not saying I don't need to be in that better camp. That's for sure. Weston. I caught you a little quicker that time. Thank you again. MPL needs a dadgum energy drink sponsor. Do they? Do they? I mean, everyone else does, so why not? I hope they don't. I hope they can get like Microsoft and Coke and SpaceX. I don't know. Dude, I would be stoked if the NXL or Ghost Sports or the MPL, whoever it is, got a Monster sponsorship. That would be awesome. I don't like it. Like, I would prefer it to be a different brand that wasn't as, like, wonky. But, hey, man, money's money, right? I'll take that Monster money. I'll drink a Monster right now. We could trade this out for a Monster, and I'll drink it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Kyle says Red Bull. I would much prefer Red Bull. I don't know, though. Like, when you look at, like, the Red Bull sports, like, sports they sponsor, they definitely, I feel like they definitely sponsor a lot of, like, I don't know, like, single people. You know, they don't, like, sponsor a league or a lot of things. I mean, I could be totally wrong. I mean, I know they have the F1 team. They got the MLS stuff. Like, I know that, like, I don't know. It just seems that they, like, sponsor, like, people. It's not, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? Red Bull's money, though. I mean, I still Microsoft. I want Microsoft. I want Microsoft to sponsor. That would be cool. They could provide us analytics and all kinds of stuff. Or no, Cisco. We gotta get Cisco. Oh, Red Bull Rampage. I was thinking that, too. I was literally thinking about, like, the mountain bike, downhill mountain bike stuff. And I was, like, thinking of the people, and I just thought about, like, the guys racing were all sponsored. But certainly, the whole thing is Red Bull. I mean, Red Bull does sponsor a bunch of events, I guess. But they're, like, the Red Bull something. Like, it's like, I don't know. They have all these weird events that are Red Bull something. Like, do we want Red Bull Paintball League, or I don't know, whatever it's called? Like, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? What did Rennick say? Where is he? He got a long comment. It's far away. I don't know. Who knows? The one thing I do sort of worry about, Red Bull Open. That actually, Kyle has a good point right there. It could be the NPL or NXL or whatever, and they could have the Red Bull Open, the NXL Red Bull Open or whatever. That would be perfect. Yeah, there's no reason you couldn't do that. I like that idea. PB Obsession. With mech guns coming back, why aren't larger companies making new pump guns? Paint sales. See, this is the problem with taking sponsors, though, guys. Like, you guys realize that, like, I've been trying to reach out to manufacturers to get them to sponsor me. Like, how do I answer that question without being, like, upsetting people? No, GI's not suing people over, whatever. That's Jake's paintball field. See Jake's post right there? Right there? We gotta do, Jake, I literally just remembered you called me on Monday. Was it Monday? Shit. I don't know. Yeah, so the problem with me sponsors is, like, it sucks that I don't know. Whatever. PB Obsession. Why don't paintball companies make new pump guns? I think the main reason is I don't know. I think there's two reasons. People want to sell paint, so paint companies want to sell you paint. So, mag-fed and pump guns kind of off the table. And I think pump guns are, a lot of pump players prefer that really simple pump guns. Like they like autococker pumps. Mainly because they're so simple and just like simple. That's kind of the whole point of pump. So there's not a lot of room for improvement. The guns are kind of like done. I think the only like bigger manufacturers, Abram, I think that's where much appreciated. Let me finish this. Yeah, I think that the bigger manufacturers would be like Empire, Planet Eclipse, Dye, DLX, like MacDev, Tipman. I guess you could have said Bob Long. And some of those companies have made those guns. Like Empire has the Sniper, Bob Long had the MVP. Tipman, technically, they have the SL2 or whatever. But I think that there's just not a lot of room for improvement. Like, what are they going to do? That's my take. But I think that they kind of want to sell you paint, so they don't like it. I don't know if they could do much. Like, I don't know if there's a reason to make one. And I don't think they just simply don't sell that well, really. That's why you've seen Planet Eclipse make their mag-fed gun, because mag-fed does sell better than pump guns. And there's so many people buying and building used pump guns. It's like that's where tons of this is going. Abram, you finally said, I'm reading finally. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you. I hope the idea of hiring people who actually have job experience instead of hiring the most talented consumers isn't foreign to the manufacturers. Yeah, well, I'm a talented consumer. They do that, though, for sure, because when I've worked for paintball companies, too. And I fit into that camp, as you shouldn't have hired me, maybe. Yeah, I've worked for paintball companies, and all I was a talented consumer, 100%. I just knew a lot about their products. I never had a sales job before or whatever. Although I do feel at that sales position, I could be better than most people. I do also feel like a lot of these guys are overworked. Guys and gals that work for these companies are overworked. So it's, it's hard. You only got so much time. So Angel did go out of business for me. I still remember the day when Angel said they were going out of business, or not even going under, because they just like quit. They were just like, we don't want to do this anymore. Kind of like Predator Paintball. When I owned Predator Paintball, we didn't go out of business. I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. So it kind of stopped. That's what Angel did. They just kind of called it quit. CCI Phantoms are still the standard for stock class, most certainly. And there's not much they could do better. I mean, what's cool about those guns is they're so simple and they just kind of work. Once you start like mucking with stuff, it's when it gets a little weird. Does anyone know what WDP stands for? I know what WDP stands for. Anyone else know what WDP stands for? Let me know in the chat. What does APS stand for? Because that's actually what they went out of business as. They weren't called WDP anymore. They were called APS. Alexander, I don't want to answer that question. I don't want to answer this question. Gosh. War game products, almost. Yeah, Rennick. Yeah. Okay, that was easy. War development products? Well, that's pretty good. That's actually really good. That's Rennick. That's really good. War, WORR. That's not bad. That's a good comment only because of Ray's comment above that. That's why that's a good. APS, yep, Angel Paintball Sports. That's what they went out as. Anyway, I don't know what else we can talk about. As I just complained about paintball industry for like some hours. There was a lot of stuff that Matt and I talked about too in that interview that is not in the interview that no one will ever see. Neither will I, 'cause it's all gone. Mainly me talking shit about everyone. That's okay, you know. Anyway. Rennick, I still wish I had my angels. There's one right there. It's weird pointing at stuff in the camera because I'm not pointing at it. Like, I'm pointing at, like, this picture. That's my LCD. I need to get it fixed. I love that thing. It's pretty cool. Luis! Thank you for Super Chat, sir. What is the highest division you've played, and why did you quit tournaments? I've played Division 1. That is the highest, Division 1? I guess Division 1 / semi-pro now? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if there was a semi-pro when I played it. I don't remember. Division 1? At one point there was like 4, 3, 2, 1, semi-pro, pro, and then now, and at other times, there's been, for some reason, 4, 3, 2, semi-pro, pro. So they like got rid of a division. I don't know which time I played. I had a G7 Fly too. I've had all the angels. There's not an angel I didn't have. The G7 Fly was my favorite. I had a doo-doo brown one, so I had the brown version with a lot of prototype parts in it, which was kind of cool. I had like prototype rams from Angel and like all these cool prototype things. Anyway, the highest I played was Division 1. Not for a whole season, just one event. So really, Division 2 was the highest I played for like a length of time. And I don't know. The one thing that I don't like about tournament paintball, maybe this isn't everywhere, is that there's no like it's so hard to build an actual team because everyone's like jumping all over the place. Rennick, I had a 2000 AD. It was the bronze one. IR3, CNC, I haven't had every angel. I've had every like model of angel because I had an IR3, just not a CNC one. I had an A4, multiple. Yeah, so I quit playing just because I don't like how people jump around. I always wanted to like make a team and like stick with people and like actually get good. And it sucks that people are quitting and going to their teams and like moving around so much. I don't know. Everyone just thinks that they're going to go like pro on a D4 team. It's like, what are you doing? Like, it doesn't matter if these teams are 2% better than the previous one you're on. I don't know. Stump Grinder. It took me a while. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. What is the best gun I should start out where I have a Spider Victor now? That you have... Best gun... I don't understand that. So which gun... Yeah. Etha 2 or E-Tech? Damn, Etha 2 is better. Yeah. So you have a Victor and you want something better. I don't know. There's so many options, man. It's hard to just say this one. Buy this one. I don't know what your situation is. There are tons of videos on this channel. Just watch them all and then I'll help you decide. Brad, are the Freak XL inserts supposed to hang out of the back a bit? Is that okay, or does it need to perfectly flush with the back of the barrel? Preferably you'd have it a little bit out. I mean, not, you know, like this much out, but hold on, I gotta have a Freak barrel runner somewhere. Hold on. Well, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, so ideally it's out the back a little bit, so maybe like a millimeter or so. The point of that, they're designed like that. So it's supposed to come out the back so that when you screw it into a gun, that insert is actually making contact with the gun, not the barrel. So you have that smooth transition, right? So you have that transition from like gun straight to the insert. You don't have like maybe a gap where the barrel would be, then the insert. What also you're getting is that compression of the insert. So the insert's butting up against the front, the barrel tip, and the gun. So it's kind of smashed in there so that the insert's not going to like move back and forth or rotate around. So you want a little bit of hanging out the back. I think a millimeter or 2, or I don't know, something like that. Mm-hmm. Man, I know I have a Freak barrel somewhere. Because I have a Freak barrel with a reball insert. It's like a 6 a 670 insert. Yeah, really want to find it back there. What would you recommend? A used LV1 or a Lux 2.0? Definitely LV1. I mean, I'm a fan of the LV1. I don't really like the old Luxes. I like the Lux Ice. I mean, Lux Ice is definitely the best gun they've made, and very interested in this Lux X. But yeah, LV1's definitely a better gun. Tyler, is the Mini GS too mini? I think so, but like, I got weird hands. Like, so there's a Sharpie for scale, and like, my hands are friggin' big. So go grab a Sharpie and like, see, my palm almost covers the Sharpie up. So for me, yeah, I'm way too big. I mean, the gun fits like in this area of my hand, the whole thing. So yeah, it's all preference though. But the minis are good. Yeah, I like the mini. It's just, for me, it's like mega small. So I always preferred the Axe. The Axe was quite a bit bigger, so I like the way it feels quite a bit more. Mini is mini. I mean, hence the name, right? Mini. Dang, I swear I had a Freak XL. I do have all these. This is a complete shaft FL kit. Complete. Barrel tip 681, 677, 685, 689. A whole lot. Weston again. Thank you, sir. Bunkered in the neck or belly flopped into the snake. Oh, I'd much rather get shot in the neck. But I gotta feel like I'm old, man. Like, if I was 15, I'd be like, whatever. But like, I'm getting old, man. If I like run and just like boom into the snake, like, that's gonna hurt, man. I don't want to do all that. I'd rather just get shot in the neck and be done with it. If I could like build up tons of speed and dive, I'm good. But if I just like, no thanks. What about the parabolic barrel kits, or sets, I should say? I don't know. I honestly don't have a lot of experience with the parabolic stuff. My biggest thing about the parabolic stuff is it's just so expensive. I mean, those are really expensive too. It's not like I'm saying those are cheap, but the parabolic stuff just real expensive, and that's been my only problem with it, because there is no way I'm spending like $200 on barrel stuff. It's just not happening. And the other problem that pricing has is it's very, like, I don't know, restrictive, right? You're not going to have it. Stores are just not going to sell it. So it's just not going to happen. It's just too expensive, because people don't go in and buy like $250, $300 barrel kits. It's just crazy. I just can't do it. And Kyle says it's the best. It very well could be one of the better barrel kits ever, or the best one. I don't know. I'm just not sold on barrel hype, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm not saying they're bad. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have experience with it. Are you talking to me? He is young. You saying I'm 22? Well, I'm certainly not 22. The Gunslinger. Junior Brown is not watching this, but the Gunslinger Mini GS is at Extreme Paintball in Modesto, California. They have the Gunslinger as well as the Killing Machine Mini GS. I can vouch for it. I've seen them with my eyes. Oh, the Lucky Barrel. Someone said Lucky Barrels. I liked these barrels a lot, actually. Yeah, Lucky Barrel. Someone was like, Chase SF1, the 15-inch Lucky Barrel. Yeah, that's my Lucky Barrel. Look at this thing. Look at all these camera. We got these cool camera angles. Oh gosh, the Lucky 15-inch barrel. So these were really cool. These were super, like, not super. It was old, we'll say. So this is, this is a barrel that's probably from like 2004-ish, ish, somewhere in there. I really liked these. This one is for a focusing camera to try and focus on. That right there, oh god. Angel LCD thread for that Angel LCD behind me. Unfortunately though, you can see that bore size on there. Yeah, 693. There ain't no paint gonna fit in that nowadays. But that's what happens when it's like you're using that super old barrels. They're all big. Because paint used to be monstrous back in the day. Those are cool barrels. I do like those Lucky barrels. I think they're sweet. Another one of my favorite barrels you guys will see me use every once in a while. I don't know why, but I just really like these Bob Long one-piece barrels. You can't like buy these anymore. It's not like a product you can go out. God, that's not going to show up very good because it's all white. That is not a product that you can really buy. I don't know if they ever even sold these. I think the only way to buy these things was you had to buy a gun, and you had to buy the cheap version of the gun that did not come with the two-piece barrel. Yeah, I like them. There's rumors that they're just CP barrels, but I mean, I don't remember if that's true or not. Either way, I liked them. And CP barrels are good because they're like $40. Those Jacko Infinity barrels. Oh, the Reds barrels. I didn't like the Reds barrels. I feel like they're so cheap feeling. They were certainly cheap. I can get one of those. I know where one's at. Not here. And they were cheap. Those Jacko barrels are funny though. Yeah, those old ass Angel barrels. Stump grinder. I'm sorry, it took me a while there. I chipped my carbon fiber CS2 barrel doing scorpion dive into the snake. Will the chip on the tip of the barrel affect the shots? Or should I keep fishing out? I need to see it. I can't tell you that. Send me an email or like something. Email me, Brad, at PaintallRuinedMyLife.com. Take a picture and like email it to me, but you're probably okay. The only reason it's going to matter is if it's on the inside. But even then, it's probably not going to matter because the ball's not supposed to touch the barrel tip. I say supposed to, but yeah. Or yeah, Kyle, that's excellent suggestion. Kyle, moderator. Can't point to your name, Cox. The desk. Oh, there we go. Kyle said right there, post in the Facebook group. So there's definitely a Paintball Ruined My Life Facebook group. You can go to. Matt, one of these days, we'll get some sunglasses. I was trying to thought. Yeah, Facebook group. There is a Paintball Ruined My Life Facebook group. That's actually a really good place to ask questions. There are lots of people in there. So yeah. Or you can email it, whatever works for you. Either way. Matt 222, glad to see the stream. Shout out from Predator Paintball in Rockland, California. I think. If you ask to join, yeah, Kyle, that's a good point. So in the Facebook group, if you're going to join the Facebook group, answer the questions. We're trying to, all the people that help with this, are trying to, I don't know, just make it not a dumpster fire. I don't think any of the modders, I don't think Kyle, Jake from NorCal, Jake Crulin's in there, Matt's in there, Anthony's in there, there's some other guys that are moderators. I don't think any of them have straight out banned people. I don't have a problem with it, so don't fool around. Go read the terms of use or whatever. They're in there. Corey with a $5 super chat right there. Thank you, sir. There's that light. We need an app for live field check-ins. I think it'd take off. Team check-ins, rec ball scrimmages. Well, I think when you say field check-ins, let's answer this multiple ways. I think when you say field check-ins, it makes me think of paintball fields like checking in rental players or people renting equipment, right? Like they maybe rented or they scheduled the group online, maybe, and they're checking in at the field. I'm not 100% sure if there's so I know that there's a lot of paintball fields that have online check-ins or like online group reservations or whatever. maybe not check-ins, but like reservations. But once you get to the field, I mean, they always have you talk to a person, which if you're renting equipment, you probably should do. If you're, yeah, you should. If you're renting equipment, you need to talk to someone. But dates for MPL, I don't know. I haven't seen them, honestly. I realized that after that interview, we really didn't discuss dates. I know that I talked to Matt earlier, email, and he said he wanted to try to do a demo or like a tape test or like the testing stuff, trial run stuff after Vegas. So somewhere in March, and somewhere in March, I guess that makes sense, on the West Coast. So that's 100% something I'm going to try to be at. Like, I would prefer to be at that over the NXL event. So we're going to see what happens. So check-ins, I think that, yeah, there's definitely ways to do that online for reservations. I would not work with, like you said, you didn't say this, but rentals. It wouldn't work with rentals. It could work with teams, rec ball players, certainly scrimmages and tryout stuff, because you can say all those things really are just one thing, though. It's just a self-equipped player checking in. It's not, you don't have to break it all out. It's just self-equips. I'll look into that. Dates. Yeah, so it's just self-equipped check-ins. You could totally do it. The problem that I see is you could easily have people pay online and like reserve paint or something like that. So say you're paying online and you want a case of paint. That'd be easy. You just pay, and then there'd be a window. You could go up and be like, bleep, and they could just literally scan a barcode. That barcode could come up on the computer, be like, he paid and he's getting 2 cases. Bam, here you go. Adios. That'd be easy. The real question is, how do you check those players to make sure they paid at the field? So most of these fields are using wristbands or something. So they're sending a guy around or girl around checking wristbands. Like, all right, you paid. And then, they're just going around checking wristbands. Yeah, I don't know how that'd work. I mean, you could do it with like RFID bracelets and stuff, but that's craziness. Like, you need to do all that. Yeah. I mean, you could have just one main gate. It's like nobody passes this gate without paying. You could do that, but that's hard because some of these fields, like, they have multiple fields running around and like people are shifting around and stuff. So I like the idea, but I don't know. If I owned a field, this would be stuff that I would look at, because I'm always looking at like smoothing it out and like making it easier for customers, constantly trying to make stuff easier for people. So it'd be possible. Okay, so NPL dates, apparently. I have no idea how to pronounce your name, or I'd say it. May 16th through the 19th, August 1st through the 4th, October 10 to 13. So maybe, see, that was something that we didn't talk about, and I haven't actually asked Matt. I was like, when is your ideal time to actually like launch this and like actually have tournaments? I expected next year. So if he's trying this soon, that's pretty cool. But as he said, they've been kind of doing this for about 2 years now. It's not like they just started talking about it. So, yeah. Bad? Okay. There's just eyes there. It's also weird because it's like far away and everything's so bright. It's kind of hard to like differentiate if those are I's or L's or what's happening. Yeah, so it's good to see him, them out there doing it this quickly. I'm excited. I'm interested. So, Zevo? Thanks. $5 Beeper chat. Bought one of your hats recently. Love it. 10 out of 10. Shout out Splatterbox Paintball in Hershey, Nebraska. Much of my family is from Nebraska. I should say my mother's half, at least. Much of them are from Geary, Nebraska. We got some Lincoln, Nebraska in there. Maybe mostly Geary and Lincoln, because, they're kind of in that region. If you're curious. Weston again. Awesome, dude. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for helping me get caught up with the sport. Absolutely, dude. Would you be opposed to me streaming your YouTube videos in my store? Absolutely not. What store is this? No, of course not. I thought you were going to say, would you be opposed to me streaming your videos on my channel? This is going to happen. I was like, let's not do that. But yeah, show us wherever you want. That's the whole point. It's free on the internet. Go for it. I appreciate it. I mean, it's good for me. Trump Tone with the $10. It seems, I don't understand that name. Donald is out of control. Actually, I don't know if Donald is out of control. Our whole government is out of control, guys. We are getting screwed over and over and over. Lots of things need to change. Along with change in the paintball industry, more so our government needs to change. The United States government. It seems that Virtue might be phasing out the Contour lineup, XS and Extends. Have you heard anything about that? I actually don't know. I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't be surprised. But if your name has nothing to do with Donald Trump, our current president, you should probably not have that be your screen name. I'm just saying. I mean, whatever. I don't care. Yeah, so XS Extend, I think that, I don't know if they're necessarily phasing those masks out. I just think they didn't sell that well. So I guess that would be phasing them out or like discontinuing them. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. I know that they're pretty much the same thing as all the other Vio masks though, right? Like this thing, this Bunker King mask we've been talking about, or we were talking about. They use that same lens and goggle frame and straps and all that stuff, all the Virtue masks. So really what Virtue would be doing is just not making that bottom anymore. So for them, it's really easy. They're not like, making this whole new product. They're like, let's just not make those bottom. So you had your screen name. Okay. Got your screen name. 98-ish. That's when Donald was kind of cool though too. So yeah, this is not a place to talk about politics. We're not going to do that. But I do think that our country, the United States of America, Democrats and Republicans are screwing over its citizens constantly. Mm-hmm. You should keep that mask on the table. It's pretty iron. Well, I'm going to go in a minute anyway. There she is. There's just so much. There's so much light. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Frederick Campbell just got here. How's the Command compared to the i5? More comfortable and it breathes better. Yeah, we'll see. Just go to like minute 2 of this, and we did that thing. We did type about for like 30 minutes. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Kyle's selling his Command. I don't entirely know when these things officially go on sale and all that stuff. I know that I sent them an email earlier and asked a bunch of questions. I know that Max replied. I just have not looked at that email yet. It probably would have been a good idea to do that before. What I want to say, these are going to start shipping to the people that signed up on, or supported or backed or whatever on Kickstarter. I think in January, and then probably go on sale to paintball stores, so you can go to your paintball store or buy it directly from Bunker Kings close to that time as well. That would be my assumption. Matt, yeah, Matt and I, we can talk forever about this nonsense. Although I'm 2 times your age. Again, with a 222, your employer is paying me. Yeah, whatever. Anyway. We're definitely not going to do politics no more. I'm just not for any of these sides. I just think our government is screwing everyone. All they care about is getting more money and passing laws or not passing laws to screw you more. I watched for Supreme hats. How many do you have? I'm actually trying not to wear them. I actually not specifically wearing Supreme hats. it kind of became my shtick, my like thing, right? Like it was expected to wear Supreme hats, and I'm trying to not. Like I have a bunch of Paintball Ruin My Life hats that I've designed, are pretty simple, that I've been trying to wear in videos more, so it's not just Supreme stuff. Yeah. Dude wipes. There's another thing we could go on about, and how you ever looked at the like footage or like looked into people flushing baby wipes? Dude, they collect in like big masses in the sewer. It's awful. It's crazy. This stuff's got to go somewhere. Anyway, okay, we're done rambling. We're going way off the rails. So we're closing this down. I much appreciate everyone who comes by and participates in these live streams, whether you are watching live or commenting post live stream DVR mode, we'll say. Flex fits hats. I don't know if I can, Nick. I will look into that. I'll look into it later. Yeah, we'll look into that. Yeah, so thank you so much for you guys that are coming by and supporting these things, whether it's just participating in that chat, whether it's, just watching for a couple minutes, liking anything, whatever. I definitely, certainly appreciate all of you guys that are, I don't know, helping this thing kind of stay alive. Yeah. So hopefully this coming week, we're going to keep saying this, but hopefully have more stuff. We definitely are doing news on Monday. News this last Monday didn't happen because I woke up with a monster headache on Sunday when I was supposed to do it. So it didn't happen. Monday we'll have news, and then I would definitely like to have that Planet Eclipse Pals video this week as well. There's going to be more stuff like that command mask is coming, the M3 Plus video I want to do. I don't know. We're going to start that autococker build, I think. I got to try to get parts for that stuff. Nick, thank you. Nicholas, Nick, I'm just calling Nick. Yeah, hat stuff. I'll look into that because the hats that I like, I do have to realize that like maybe not everyone does. So we should look into different hats. Empire 6, yeah, I'm for sure. Once I can get one of those things, I definitely want to talk about them. I know I want one. I mean, I have it on the order and list and everything. Weston, again, you're killing it. Thank you very much. What is brown and sticky? You can't like put the joke title with it. It's not as funny when I'm like, what is brown and sticky? A stick. I'm like, oh, okay. That's a good joke though. Because you're kind of like, ew. And you're like, oh, a stick. Anyway, I thought the 6 was made by GI Sports. Well, yeah, because GI owns Empire. But the 6 is branded Empire. Yes, it is, right? Or they name it GI because there was supposed to be a new GI gun. And then I think they just were like, oh, yeah, we're going to call it Empire. I think that's what happened. Another thing, guys, why? That's so stupid. How did they... Like, why? This is something that bothers me about paintball industry. We're going to go on this again. So, you have a paintball gun for 10 years, and you call it the Empire Axe. Okay. 10 years later, you come out with a super high-end version, and you call it the 6. Fine. It's the 6th version. Great. Why at one point were you going to be like GI Sports? Why was it not always the Empire Axe? 6. It should have been the Empire 6 from the get-go. I don't know. Maybe my theory is that they actually have another product that they're not launching because of this problem. They named it GI. See, it's just so confusing. Like, why would you do that? Like, I don't know. Which is better, the TMC or the Salvo? Definitely a TMC, as the TMC is way more versatile than the Salvo. Okay. I'm out, guys. We'll stop complaining about paintball. More stuff next week.